be here at the disco. Let me tell you what happened to me the other day. At the Piggly, standing in line, feeling nervous, waiting my time. Then a large can fell from my coat, so I shouted before they took note. Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Hey, please, did anyone see? Who threw that ham at me?
I want to go home now, you idiots.
Okay, disco garbage can. Yeah, flip your lid. Disco garbage can. Flip your lid. Yeah, get down. Alright. Twirl. Everyone twirl. So I turned and walked away. Like later on I would go and pay. Then it happened when I stopped. A frozen bird fell with a plop.
My family is waiting for me.
A frozen bird fell with a plop. Who flung this turkey at me? Who flung this turkey at me? What's going on? Didn't you see? Someone threw a turkey at me. Yeah, disco garbage can, everybody. Yeah, flip your lid. Disco garbage can. Yeah, do the disco garbage can. Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Hey, didn't anybody see? Who threw that ham at me? Who threw that ham at me? Disco garbage can, everybody. Yeah, get down. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, go for it, baby. Yeah, that's really great. Well, everybody, I've made my scene here at the disco tonight, so I'm going on to the next disco. Hopefully, I'll see you there.
Hey guys, great to see you guys. Dave Darin Show here to tell you about what's coming up with the music show. We picked a date now, myself, Rock Solid Talent Entertainment, who's going to also help to promote the show, as well as Impact PR. We picked the date, it's going to be April 29th. I got the first guest, we're going to have Jessica Lynn, and I'm not going to give you little teasers of their music, by the way. Of course, you got to tune in and you got to check out the music live. But it's going to be Jessica Lynn's coming on, Jimmy Richardson's coming on, Grady James are coming on, and these are all guys that have like at least 100,000 views on each of their Facebook, or I'm sorry, I better not say the word Facebook, YouTube videos. So that's what we got coming up. We got these three great bands coming on, singer-songwriters. They're going to be kicking some ass here. But by the way, you can't say kicking ass anymore, by the way. You can't say that. So I'm going to get into a little bit of a rant here. Now, yes, I have been blocked on Facebook. And I will tell you Facebook is called social media. It should actually be called socialized media, because it is a socialist political thing that is censoring out what people have the ability to say. And it is interesting what they will allow to be said and what they will be prohibited to people to say. And it's all based upon politics. And let me prove it to you, all right? I'm going to prove it to you here right now. for the limited audience I got. But, it doesn't really matter. A lot of people think that, okay, Dave's thrown off of Facebook. Oh, my God, it's the end of his career. You know what? It's not, because I really haven't paid attention to Facebook for a long time. The only thing I use Facebook for is to do the event invites, to invite more people to the YouTube channel. So it is damaging me that way. However, when I get the PR firms behind me, who are the guys that know how to promote, where I really don't focus on that, or the knowledge on how to do it, so it's going to kick ass when they kick in, and we're going to see some shit happening, all right? So let me tell you what socialized media is. It is a total censorship of one political or one ideology, idiots, from saying what they want to say. Now, here, let me just bring up some things to you that you may not even realize. And I'm sure a lot of you don't realize this. All right, so I'm going to bring up a couple things that started my being banned from Facebook. And here we go. So you can, by the way, these are the things that you can say. You can evidently say, Dave Darin can eat my ass, brought to you by a guy with a very big fat belly and big boobs, man boob tits. But what you cannot say is, now let me bring this up. Let me bring up my Facebook page, and I will show you the things that you cannot say. Remember I said what you can say, I'll bring it up again. You can say, Dave Darin can eat my ass. You can say that. Clearly you can say that without any repercussions or any blocking from Facebook, all right? The things that you cannot say. Let me drag this up here. The things that you cannot say, the things that got me... Here's my Facebook warning page, all right? This content, now read the words here. This content goes against our community standards on graphic violence. Now, graphic violence. Read those words, graphic violence. Here's what they claim as graphic violence. Good thing I recorded the show, and what I was referring to is the show that was blocked by YouTube for these idiots blocking the page. Richard, I'm not going to give you his last name to give you the satisfaction of giving out someone's name who is incompetent, who is a lousy broadcaster, who can't even speak a sentence without big gaps between each word. Here's exactly what I said that represents Facebook's graphic, violent community standards and blocking of me on Facebook for a week. This is exactly what I said. Hopefully you can see it here. Good thing I recorded the show. Like I said, I recorded the YouTube show, and the reason I recorded it is because I knew it was going to get thrown off by people that want content blocked. They want freedom of speech blocked. This is exactly what I said, and this is why I got blocked. One of the reasons why I got blocked for 7 days. Good thing and this is what I said. I didn't even visually represent this. I didn't come on Facebook Live and say it. It was just a two sentences got me blocked. Good thing I recorded the show, otherwise YouTube complains about it. Let me read it again. Good thing I recorded the show, otherwise when YouTube complains about it, the show is lost. Anticipating that he or one of his friends, this is the Robert or Richard, I forget. Richard, yeah, would do that. I recorded it, so I do have it. Here is proof of the cowards. Now, I'm assuming you can't use the word cowards, because if you call someone out as a coward, it's graphic violence. I'm assuming that's the word that got this thrown off. Cowards, and is that graphic violence? If you call someone a coward, is that graphically violence? This is one of the reasons. I'm going to go down here to another one. All right, here's another one that got me blocked. This post goes against community standards on graphic violence. Again, here's what I said. Okay, also parts of tonight's show. Let's kick Richard's ass. Now you can't say let's kick a big ass. However, you can say Dave Darin can eat my ass. So you can say eat my ass, but you cannot say kick big ass. Is that clear to you guys? And I did say and tiny penis, but why not say tiny penis when obviously the guy does have a very tiny penis? Because he can't take getting critiqued. And then I went on here and I said, the lumberjack thing. And I said he wears high heels, panties, and a bra. But you can see high heels, panty, and a bra in a Sears catalog back in the 70s. I guess you can't see it now because everyone's whacked off to those pictures. But this is what got me thrown off of, and I said here, and I said, let's see, I think I will spank him. You probably can't say spank. Is that what got me blocked off? Because I said you can't. I said spank him. However, remember, I said spank him, but remember, you are fully entitled to say, eat my ass. But you can't say spank my ass. Isn't this really insane? This is why Facebook is irrelevant. Why Facebook needs to be irrelevant. Did you hear, by the way, I was on the news today. I was listening to KYW News Radio 1060 out of Philadelphia. And Facebook is now accused of buying other small companies, buying them and shutting them down, prohibiting freedom of speech from the purchasing of small businesses that they have purchased to shut down freedom of speech. So Facebook is buying up all of these entities, all of these competitors who are allowing more freedom of speech than they are. They are buying them up and they are shutting them down so that Facebook has a total monopoly on what they consider ability to be spoken, prohibiting others from freedom of speech. This is what's going on, and you guys don't know it. This is what, now let me pull up a couple other things here. Here's some things that you are allowed to do on Facebook. I'm going to bring up a couple of these things here. Check, I found this today on Facebook, and it's from someone who's actually, when I got a remake, at one point I did a magazine cover. I did a magazine spread for this thing called Fashion and Radio or something like that, I forget. And I went there, they redid my hair, dyed it, colored it, did a real makeover, put makeup on me, by the way. People thought I looked like Alice Cooper with the makeup. But the same guy that was my hairdresser, here's what the guy puts up. Now check this out. This is what Facebook allows, by the way. This is what Facebook allows, yet they blocked me for saying I was going to kick ass, and I'm nowhere near where Richard lives, nor do I want to live where that liberal retard lives, by the way. And oh my God, I said retard. Of course, you're not allowed to say that either. But what you are allowed to do is this. Check this out. Notice there's a finger there. And now check this out. In the restroom, you will see a man approaching the urinal. And he has his hands sort of looking like the gentleman. This is what you're allowed to do. I'll play it again. This is what you're allowed to do on Facebook. But you are not allowed to do, I'll put it up again. You are not allowed, let me pull up this again. Things that you are not allowed to do on Facebook is you are not allowed to call anyone a coward. You cannot call them a coward, yet you can say, Dave Darin can eat my ass, but you can't use the word coward. My God, that's such an awkward word to say. That's such a prohibited word to say. You can't say coward. You also cannot say, I'll scroll this up again, let's kick big ass. You can't say that. However, again, you can say, oh, wait a second. I want to grab one thing here. I want to grab every single thing here. You cannot, again, you cannot say, Dave Darin can eat my ass by a guy with a beard, a big belly, and man boobs. Maybe he should just be blocked for having man boobs, actually. But again, you cannot say, let's kick big ass, but you can say eat my ass. That's perfectly fine. And you are also, now I got this actually from Facebook. I got this right off of Facebook. Here's what you are allowed to do on Facebook. You're allowed to give someone a finger in a restroom, and you're also allowed to approach a urinal. You can see this. You're allowed to approach a urinal and start peeing in the urinal right on Facebook. You're allowed to do that. But my God, you're not allowed to say high heels, panties, and a bra and say coward on Facebook. You cannot do that. Here's another thing you can do on Facebook. Now, I happen to really like this guy. I think this guy is a really, really funny guy. He does this thing called Hillbilly Weather. Did you ever check this out? Hillbilly Weather. All right, now check this out. Listen to it. Now, I did download it, but I did download it, but let's just play it here right live from Facebook so you can see it is on Facebook. I'll scroll it down. You can see this is right on Facebook.com. This Hillbilly Barbecue, which, by the way, I love the guy. I love his weather forecast. And let's see. He makes a comment here at the very end. Now, stick with it. Listen to it. And it's a funny broadcast, first of all. It's a funny weather forecast. But listen to the end of it, how he picks on a specific candidate. Not a candidate, a specific party. Check this out. Let's check out the Hillbilly Weather. which uses the F word repeatedly, but you're allowed to say that all over Facebook as much as you want. You can say the F word on Facebook. You can say the word fuck on Facebook. But you can't say the word coward on Facebook. And you can't say kiss ass, but you can say eat ass. But check this out. This is what Facebook allows. And by the way, I want this guy to have his freedom of speech. I do not want Hillbilly Weatherman to be blocked, by the way. It's not my intention for running this. I think the guy's a genius. He's entertaining. He's funny. And he has an ability to have freedom of speech on Facebook. Yet I do not. I'm blocked for a week. But check out the forecast.
Hey, how we doing, everybody? It's E-Man with some hillbilly weather. Hope everybody had a good day out there, and today wasn't so bad. Temperatures are basically in the 30s throughout most of the state for today. Pretty much, that's some nice sun on some spots, but then clouds started rolling in. And things start taking a setting the stage what's going to be coming up. Tonight, temperatures are going to start dropping down to the teens and 20s, and all the shit we've got coming in is down here in the south and the west of us right now. And that's going to start pushing its way up through the state to us overnight tonight. And that's going to leave us with a mixed bag of shit coming in two different fucking ways. So we got all kinds of shit for you. So, of course, we got a shit report. And this week, the shit report is brought to you by Grow Vermont, the homegrown store for all your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Want to grow your own? Well, Grow Vermont can help. Located in beautiful downtown Rutland, Vermont. Find them on Facebook and give them a like. All right, the storm. It's not a real big, intense storm, but it's got enough shit to fucking last all through Thursday and into Friday, and most of Friday as well. How much we're going to get? Southern parts of the state, maybe 1, 2, 3 inches at best as you get towards Manchester. Get up above that, Concord on north up to the Great Woods, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow, maybe a little bit more on Friday. It's not a very intense storm at all. It's just one that's going to linger all fucking day Thursday and again on Friday. The timing, though, that's the one that's going to fuck us over. See, the timing is it comes in overnight tonight. Thursday morning when we wake up, we're going to have fucking snow starting to spread right during the morning commute to fuck everybody over. And it's going to keep going through the day. About 10, 11 o'clock, this mix line is going to start lifting up. It's going to start getting above Concord, probably up towards the fucking the Lakes region, Laconia, and on north of that by the time the afternoon rolls around. And it's going to just keep pushing on north. Because we got this fucking warmer weather that's coming in. No, not warm, but above freezing anyway. So when you get from Manchester on south down to fucking Nashua and out towards the seacoast, it's going to turn to rain by fucking lunchtime. And that rain line is going to start lifting and fucking flirting around depending on, where you are. It's going to be hard to judge, but just know anything north of Concord, you guys are going to be into fucking ice and shit like that. The rest of us are going to be into rain. Now, as the day goes on, we get later in the afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock, when you ride home from work, things are starting to fucking disappear. You're thinking, hey, we fucking made it through it. It wasn't so bad. Hillbilly, you did all right with us. You folks way up north maybe get a little bit more snow going on. It's going to start tapering right off. But overnight, a second wave of shit's going to start moving in. It's going to be here for Friday morning. And what's going to happen then is we're going to get like what we left off with. Freezing rain throughout most of the state. Patches of fucking rain and shit, southern parts of the state and out towards the coast. And that thing's going to just kind of keep fucking flirting around all throughout the day. Flirting around, I guess, my word of the day, I guess. I don't know. But it's a mixed bag of shit. It's coming in. It's going to last all day on fucking Thursday. Slow down a little bit Thursday night. Crank up again fucking early wee hours of Friday morning. And stick with us all through Friday and most of the day into the night. And finally start getting the fuck out of here. We'll get through this, folks. We got a pretty decent weekend lined up. Saturday, temperature is going to be in the mid-20s pretty much. Maybe hit 30 parts of the state. A lot of sunshine, a little bit breezy. Sunday, the temps come up again. Look at this. Next week, right back into fucking warmer weather. I mean, it is February. We shouldn't be in the fucking mid-30s all throughout the day, but I'm not fucking complaining. We get to a point in the winter where you say, you know what, old man, you won't fucking drop the shit on us. Don't start fucking hitting us hard. Now, February is a big snow month here. We usually get a lot. We'll have to wait and see what we get. But for now, we're doing pretty good. Ain't got nothing to bitch about. The only thing we should be bitching about around here is that fucking cunt sitting behind Donald Trump last night. Now, I don't like getting political, but that fucking shit's a bunch of nonsense. And I'm here right now to state to everybody, that fucking bitch has got to go. That's about the dumbest shit, most despicable thing I've ever seen. Nonsense. Fucking getting sick of that shit. And I don't like getting political with nobody, but you get to a point where I'm going to step up and going to say something. Throw that fucking bitch right out of there. Other than that, everybody keep doing what we're doing. Keep fighting that good fight and helping each other every chance you can. And everybody have a good day.
There we go, guys. Now, what did you think about that? Now, let's just repeat the scenario here. Let's repeat the scenario. First of all, I said the word coward, and I said kick ass, and I am blocked from Facebook. The broadcast you just heard, you heard the word fuck, you heard the word shit. He used the C word, which I never ever use. And then we have Richard out there, the millennial, who I call the millennials because I consider them lame people that want socialized programs put all across America. And if you really think about it, how can we afford all of the socialized programs that everyone wants? Free medicine, free education. Of course you want it. But then when you got to pay for it by your working asses having your taxes coming out of your paycheck out the ass, which I can't say the word ass or I'll get blocked also from Facebook. I can't use the word ass, but everyone else can use the C word. They can use the F word. They can say shit. And Richard used that word faggot. Richard used the word faggot when he talked about me. Can you believe that? He was able to say that, but I can't use the word coward and kick ass and I get blocked from Facebook. And I'll tell you why. Because Facebook is full of cowards. They are full of the word C. They are full of shit and they are effed up. That's what they are, and that's what you guys tolerate. More and more social, and right now I heard on the news, I said on KYW 1060 a.m. in Philadelphia, because I wake up to that every day in the morning. I heard this broadcast that Facebook now they're being analyzed and studied, and there may be some political ramifications for this, and I hope so. I hope that MySpace comes back and Facebook is out of the air, because it's a waste of time. If you think about it, it's a socialized program. It's a place where everything is censored to one degree and one perception and one reality. Everyone else is blocked. And if you attempt to do anything that goes against their standard, even though it doesn't go against free speech, if it goes against their ability to have it aired, they will shut it down and they will block it. I think I'm blocked for 1 week. I think I might be blocked for 30 days. I'm not sure, but like I said, I consider Facebook to be insignificant. And that's why I don't really care about Facebook at all. I don't do shows on Facebook. I do them all on YouTube, as you guys realize. But let me show you. Let me play this again. This is what people can say on Facebook. I'm not going to repeat. Yeah, I will. I'll repeat Hillbilly Barbecue. There's a Hillbilly Barbecue band in Phoenix. I get confused with that. But here's what you can say on Facebook. This is what you can say and get away with it. This is what you can say and can do. Here we go. You can do this. You can have a beard, a big bloated belly, and man boobs, and say, Dave Darin can eat my ass. You can say that. Freedom of speech. You cannot say this, which is what got me blocked from Facebook. I said, also part of tonight's show, let's kick Richard's ass, big ass. Big, I had to say the word big because he does have a big belly. So we're assuming he's got a very big ass loaded with cellulite. You're not allowed to say big ass and tiny penis, although that was a very accurate thing to say. The medical terminology, and I measured based upon seeing the guy, where even if he's large, you probably can't see it because the belly is such a big belly that you can't see anything else below the belly. So I think that was pretty accurate. So you cannot say that, and you cannot call someone a lumberjack, evidently. And you cannot say high heels, panties, and a bra. I got banned from Facebook for a week or maybe even a month because I said those things. The other thing that you can do on Facebook is you can give someone the finger, and you can be in a restroom, in a men's room, videotaping a guy peeing in a urinal. And I'll prove it to you. This is allowed on Facebook. This was allowed on Facebook. I got this right off of Facebook.
Wow.
You're allowed to do this.
Wow.
But again, you cannot call someone a coward. And you cannot call someone a coward. And you cannot say kick ass. You cannot do that. Otherwise, you get blocked for a week at least. Can't do any of that stuff. You cannot do that. And this is what happens here is millennials call people like me boomers. And by the way, they're called millennials. Let's get the clarity out there. Millennials. By the way, I'm proud to be a boomer. I am proud because you know what? We created all the shit you guys use. I don't see creativity amongst the millennials. We see them using apps created by baby boomers, created by us. We created the television. We created the phone. We created the automobiles that you drive. We create everything. You guys are users to what we create. And I said this before. You got horrible music. You got horrible actors. You got horrible TV shows. What actors do you have that are compete with an Al Pacino or compete with a Richard Burton? Who do you have that compares with that in today's generation? Who do you guys have that compares with Elton John? Or what other artists can we mention? Pick any artist. Pick any single artist you want to. Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, yes, The Who. Who do you have to compare with our artists of our boomer generation? Who do you have? You got nothing but socialization, attempts to socialize the United States. If you really want to be socialized, there's plenty of places to go. And then you don't have to stress out trying to convert America to be what you want. You can just go there and live happy lives where you can live out your socialist lives to the extremes, being millennials. I am proud not to be, people are calling me a boomer. That to me, that's thanking me. I appreciate being called that. I absolutely appreciate it. To see millennials out there, millennials, using their cell phones while they're driving, creating dangers out there on the highway, is a bunch of idiots because they've succumbed to peer pressures. You know what they do? This is what they do. They actually use their cell phones because if they're not on their cell phones 24 hours a day, they will be judged by other millennials for being lame and unimportant. They're succumbing to peer pressure. Peer pressure is the only thing that keeps you on the phone, sending out pictures of you eating pizza, or you doing total bullshit crap, which is totally unimportant. You just have to be connected to it so you look cool. You ain't looking cool to people like us. And by the way, I know that some of you guys who follow this dickhead Richard out there, you guys are all in his corner because you're all millennials. So of course you're all with him because you are equal to him in stupidity. And then when someone says, oh, Dave's not doing broadcast anymore, or he's slowed down a bit, it's not because I don't want to do it or can't do it because I'm black. I can go to another facility, create another Facebook account, and post stuff on my Dave Darin webpage or Facebook page behind the scenes. I know how to do it. I'm clever enough to do shit like that. But I don't find Facebook significant. I don't find the millennials significant for me to try to get the word out to them, and they're not going to listen to it anyway. And I did say what happens is millennials believe that they've shut down boomers like us when they slow us down. We're slowing down our responses to you because, you know why? This is exactly why. We pass you by at a gas station with a broken down Kia and Hyundai that broke down at the gas station, or you're at the gas station because you need a quart of oil to fill up your broken down piece of shit cars because you're a socialist and you just cannot survive on your own without other people taking care of you. And I'm driving past you literally in my $100,000 BMW. I'm passing your asses right by. So I consider you guys insignificant. So I don't have to pay homage to a bunch of total douchebags. So there goes my criteria for doing today's show. Yes, I am blocked on Facebook, I believe for a week, maybe for a month, because I didn't delete the stuff that they wanted me to delete. They found more stuff and they deleted more stuff of mine off of Facebook. And every time they did, they extended my block. So I think I'm blocked for a whole month. I think so. I'm not sure about that. I have no idea really. But in all reality, I really, I'm going to have the PR firms using Facebook to promote the YouTube show that I'm doing, which is the only way I'm doing a broadcast now is on YouTube. I'm sure that eventually YouTube's going to become as socialized as Facebook is because we're moving in that direction because that's what millennials want. They want only their word put out there because their whole generation is focused on shutting down freedom of speech unless it's freedom of speech that they agree with. Then by all means, it's not only allowed to be aired, it's actually gone viral because they want their word put out there. Thank God I'm not a millennial. Thank God I don't have any children that have to live with the millennials. Thank God for that. Anyone have anything to say here? Chaos Theory says he's mad. Now, I'm not actually mad. I'm expressing my point of view in the way someone from the East Coast always does. If you're not used to people in the East Coast talking like this, then you know what? You live a very sheltered life and go back and continue to live your sheltered life. Chaos Theory says he blocked my number. Very possibly. If you called up here and you attempted to spew a bunch of bullshit, which I allowed hecklers and I allowed trolls to be part of this show because it was fun. I enjoyed that. I thought it was fun for me to kick your asses. But I can't say kick your asses anymore. Otherwise, Facebook blocks my ass, right? But it was fun kicking your asses is the millennials that you are and the trolls and the hecklers that you are was fun because I stood not only toe-to-toe with you guys, I put my big toe, my little toe, and the toes in between right up your asses because you could not compete with my wit and my commentary back to you. But then when it got to the point where you guys were starting to pick on some of the listeners and viewers to the show, and I saw it in chat, and you're calling up the show and contributing nothing on the phone calls, you know what? I did shut you down. I did, and I don't apologize for that. It's funny because I don't want to be censored, but here I censored you guys. I censored you guys because you have no common sense. And I figured if I don't block you guys, then you're going to continue to attempt to censor me. So I figured, well, screw it. I'm just going to block you guys. The hell with it. Chaos Theory's over here. You know what? Chaos Theory is someone who, what does he say here? Or her? Let's see. Chaos Theory says, I have my kid's phone, but I don't know if I want them having it. Probably because you don't want them seeing someone like me going against the kid's mom or dad like you probably are. I have no idea exactly, but let's see. If you're saying the other stuff, let's see. I picked on which listener or viewer. I didn't say you. Did I say that? Chaos Theory. Did I say you? I don't think I itemized who that was, unless it's someone else now coming in with a fake name. And this is actually Richard. And if it is Richard, then yes, you did pick on, I believe, Terry and a couple others. Let's see what else we got here. Good to see Brian Anderson, by the way. Good to see John here. Good to see Mike. Let's see what else we got here. Good to see you guys. Good to see Kathleen. Twice I was out in Facebook jail for 2 weeks. There's Kathleen, was blocked twice. You know, Facebook, like I said, Facebook, we should all get off of Facebook. We should all forget about Facebook even existing because there is no freedom of speech unless you agree with their speech. Then not only is it freedom of speech, it's actually, they will allow you to go viral. You know what else is another interesting thing? I've been getting these Facebook things now asking me to boost some of the stuff that I did. So they want me to spend money to boost some of the posts I put out on Facebook, yet I'm blocked. Does that make any sense? They want me, they're saying they're going to give me an extra $5 in boost dollars. If I spend $5, they're going to match me 5 for 5 to boost some of the posts I put on Facebook, yet they got me in Facebook jail. But they want me to spend money even though I'm in jail. These people they're fucking out of their minds. They really are out of their minds. They're insane. And that's what we've allowed them just to go we've allowed them to go unsupervised because a lot of people in the millennials agree with them. They love them. So they've gone untapped and they can just go on their merry way. But like I said, today I listened to KYW News out of Philadelphia. And Facebook is buying these small companies that are competing with them. They are buying all of these small ones and they're shutting them down so that their freedom of speech is the only speech that gets out there. They are limiting your power to be heard by buying up their competitors and shutting them down so they have a monopoly on what they deem is freedom of speech. Did you hear that today? You can probably go to KYW News in Philadelphia. You can probably find the article. It's probably on other places too. But probably because most media is socialized media and liberal media, you will probably not see it anywhere else. I'm surprised I heard it on KYW because KYW is a pretty liberal talk radio station, a news station that slants to the left. So I'm surprised I actually heard it on there. I'm stunned. I'm shocked. Let's see. Chaos Theory says I don't support that Facebook did that to you. I've already shared that I disagreed with it. Okay. Well, there we go. Like I said, and I'll repeat it again for anyone that came in here late. Here's what is allowed, and this is, so if you want to hang up now and get off the line, because I've said this this will be the third time, then by all means sign off now because it's a repetition. Here's what you are allowed to do on Facebook. You are allowed to go on Facebook or YouTube. Actually, this was specifically on YouTube. You are allowed to say, Dave Darin can eat my ass. Now, look at this. You got a guy with a beard, a big belly. You can see that the belly is big because look at how the shirt is blowing up as it approaches the belt area. And big man boobs here. So you get a guy like this that dresses like a lumberjack. You are allowed to say Dave Darin can kiss my ass. However, if you call the guy a lumberjack, or you call the guy, or you say to the guy that that you want to kick his big ass, and medical term tiny penis, which is probably accurate, the size is probably accurate, and you're not allowed to say high heels, panty, and a bra. However, remember I did say that you are allowed, how come I can't grab the right screen here? This piece of software is a pain in the ass sometimes. You're allowed to say Dave Darin can eat my ass, but you cannot say kick ass. It's crazy, right? At least I think it is. Make sure I remove the proper screens here. Because I made a mistake last time, if you recall. I pressed the wrong screen. I had to end my broadcast. And the other thing that you are allowed to do on Facebook are these things. You are allowed to use the finger. Fuck you finger, you're allowed to use that. You're also allowed to be broadcasting from the restroom, public restroom. And you're allowed to share someone. Wow. This is what you're allowed to do on Facebook. You're allowed to do that. But you're not allowed to say the word kick ass and call someone a coward. And I did show you that. I showed you the exact reasons I am banned from Facebook for a week. I'll repeat it again. I got on Facebook. Here you can see. This content goes against our community standards on graphic violence. You read those words right here. You read the words. Here's why. This is exactly what I said. I said this exactly. And it's shown here right on Facebook. This is what they read. And by the way, I did try to appeal it, and we confirmed, and then they came back and said, we confirmed your content did not follow community standards. So not only did I appeal it, they also reaffirmed that it goes against their community standards for graphic violence. And here's exactly what I said. I took the YouTube video, and I knew it was going to get blocked and shut down because of cowards on YouTube. Richard, who and his troll followers attempted to block it, and they were successful in blocking it. And I said, good thing I recorded the show, otherwise YouTube complaints about it would have made it be lost. Anticipating that he or one of his friends would do that, I recorded it. I do have it. Here's proof of the cowards. So I used the word coward. I'm assuming that's the only word in this two-sentence thing that got me blocked for how violent is calling someone a coward? Is calling someone a coward, is that graphic violence? First of all, graphic has to be a picture, doesn't it? It has to be a picture. And the only picture that I show was someone with their mouth taped. Was that graphic violence, showing someone with their mouth taped? I showed that video, that picture, and maybe I'll show it again here later. And I called someone a coward, and that got me blocked. And I got a second block here when I called someone, I said, let's kick big ass. And I used high heels, panties, and a bra, which I thought was part of the Lumberjack song if you're a Monty Python fan. That's what got me blocked from Facebook. And the other thing I said, and I'll play this again because this is kind of fun. This is Hillbilly Barbecue. That's a band in Phoenix, like I said. Hillbilly Weather. Let's play the end part of this, which is allowed, by the way. This was allowed. And by the way, I do not want to block Hillbilly Weather's broadcast from Facebook. And I don't want that to happen. So I like giving him freedom of speech, yet freedom of speech for me was blocked. But here's what he said at the end of his broadcast, which is allowed. However, my saying coward and kick ass was not allowed. Let's play this again.
The thing we should be bitching about around here is that fucking cunt sitting behind Donald Trump last night. Now, I don't like getting political, but that fucking shit's a bunch of nonsense. And I'm here right now to state to everybody, that fucking bitch has got to go. That's about the dumbest shit, most despicable thing I've ever seen. Nonsense. Fucking getting sick of that shit. And I don't like getting political with nobody, but you get to a point where I'm going to step up and going to say something. Throw that fucking bitch right out of there. Other than that, everybody keep doing what we're doing. Keep fighting that good fight and helping each other have the chance you can.
There we go. So this guy is allowed to have freedom of speech, but I do not have the liberty of having freedom of speech yet. I did not use the C word. I did not use the F word. Richard used the F word describing me. He called me a faggot. Isn't that one of those words you're not supposed to be saying? Isn't that one of those words that are offensive? It's not to me because don't happen to be gay. However, using the word faggot, isn't that a word that's almost like the N-word you're not allowed to say? Yet Richard is allowed to say that word and get away with it. Whereas I use the word coward and kick ass, where he used the word eat ass and I got blocked. And what do we got here? We got Chaos Theory said, is this repeating? Yes, it did repeat. I repeated again because I wanted to make that point clear again. Like I said to you guys, if you're bored already, then hang the fuck up, all right? If you're bored, turn off the fucking channel. Instead of trying to censor someone like me, if you don't like the way I repeated this constantly, then hang the show the fuck up, all right? Hang it up. Chaos also says, you're speculating again, and that's unfair to Richard. No, it's not unfair to Richard. Richard is a guy, he's a public speaker, by the way. He is a guy that has a YouTube show that makes him a public figure. I am allowed to say anything about him. He's allowed to say anything about me, by the way. However, he and his followers, trolls and hecklers, or him, I'm not sure which mixed bang of bullshit people did this, but they got me blocked from Facebook, all right? I'm blocked for a week or potentially a month. I'm not really sure. And yes, I am. And was on Facebook complaining about Terry and picking on Terry and calling her names on the chat. So the guy is a lame coward. And I think I specifically called him a coward. He is a coward. And by the way, instead of replaying what Hillbilly Weatherman said here, let's look at some of the stuff that people said about his post. Let's see. Here we go. We got a guy. We got some people who said they're with him 100%. We got the Trump 2020 thing here. And by the way, I don't try to do a lot of politics here. I just found that it was interesting that some people can get away with being very political, using the C word, using the F word, yet I can't use the C word when it's called out as coward. Let's see. What does he say here? There was one comment I wanted to bring up. Here we go. This Sandy. I won't be watching your news anymore. That word was too much, and you have a good day, sir. All right? So here we got people here that don't like someone having freedom of speech, but at least this person said they won't watch him anymore. So that's the right approach. If you don't like it, then just don't fucking watch anymore, all right? Here we go. If you don't like the truth, then press the unlike button, just like me. If you don't like my broadcast or you don't like me picking on Richard, who is a public figure who I have every right to make commentary about, don't watch the show anymore. Or unlike it and get out of the Facebook group you belong to. Just get the fuck out of there, right? Here's another one. I will miss you not because we have different views. It's see, here we go. This guy, here we go. This is the one I wanted to make a point of. This one particular comment about Hillbilly Weatherman, who just called out Nancy Pelosi ripping up Donald Trump's speech and showing disrespect. Even if it was the reverse, if it was Obama up there and a political speech of Obama was being ripped up, it's not appropriate. But here, Hillbilly showed it. He showed the video. He made commentary about it. And here we use the word bullying. Here we go. Debbie says, I will miss you not because we have different views. It's the bullying you are allowing. Bullying, what? What? She calls it abusive. What's abusive is our lack of ability to have freedom of speech. That's what is abusive. That is what's bullying. I was bullied because now I'm pulled off of Facebook by people that complained about my Facebook show, or I didn't even do a show on Facebook. I made commentary. 2 sentences and I think about 4 sentences. 6 sentences I put on Facebook got me blocked for 6 days. Actually 7 days. That's 1 sentence per day got me blocked. And I believe that is offensive. I believe that is bullying. I was bullied. I can't get my freedom of speech out there. I was bullied. That's what I think bullying is. Let's see. What is... well, let's see. I think that's all I want to say. I don't know who this Chaos Theory is. I don't know if this, for all I know, this might be Richard revamped to being Chaos Theory. And if I knew it was you, you know what? Because I don't like you at all, I don't respect you, I don't respect you making comments to some of the viewers who have every ability to type their comments on the chat. If I knew that was you, Richard, by the way, Chaos Theory, right now I would block your ass, all right? I would do that because as far as I'm concerned, if people are trying to block me and censor me, before you have an ability to repeat a censorship a second time, I need to block your ass. Let's see, anything else worthwhile for me tonight? No, I'll be back at some other point. Like I said, when I get back to the music show, I've got, and by the way, that show date is April 29th. It's going to be sponsored and promoted by Rock Solid Talent Entertainment. Actually, they're out of the UK. And out of New York City, it's going to be Impact PR. We're going to get some kick-ass solo performers on. We're going to get Jessica Lynn on. We're going to get Jimmy Richardson on. We're going to get Grady James on. It's going to be the new music video show with interviews of these bands. It's going to be a really fun show. It's going to be entertaining from a music perspective. I should have really never stopped doing a music show. So it's going to come back online. At one point, it had up to 30,000 views. It won't start off that way. It'll start off at a lot less. But it'll bring itself back to some amount of views. We'll see what happens. But I'm sure it's going to kick Richard's ass because he's got about 300 views max, which he's so proud of that he kicks my ass in the current viewership. It's going to change, dude. Let's see. I'll check Terry shortly. Hope she's okay. That's what Mike says. She is definitely okay. She just doesn't know how to utilize YouTube or Facebook to find me. And that's okay. Let's see. I think that's all I got. The closing song for today is coming up right now. Cheers, guys.
breathe, my oxygen is raining. Blood that runs through me races so rapidly, tense my aggression.
Retaliate for justify. Saw all the life from me. You take everything I need. You want everything but me. My heart's not breaking. You saw all the life from me. You take all the blood.